Are we live? All right, cool. Cool. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in. It is Friday, and I know it's been a while, and I want to apologize for running a little late. I had some technical issues that I had to work out, and you'd be surprised. Governor Hochul from New York, I do know how to operate a computer. I do know what a computer is. You know, according to her, you know, the Democrats, you know, black people don't know what a computer is. But anyways, let's get on. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Thank you so much. It has been a while since I've had the phone lines open, and I'm going to open up the phone line today. I was having some technical issues with that as well, and I figured it out too. So the phone number, I'm going to go ahead and put up here, 319-527-3453. If you want to holler at me, if you want to call me and talk about some of the stuff that we're talking about. What we're talking about today is the propaganda that the left is pushing. They push propaganda all day, all night, all week, all month, all year. The Democrats push propaganda left and right. That's all that they do is push propaganda. Like they don't have nothing else better to do. Well, some of the propaganda that we're seeing now is from Gruesome Newsome. I'll put him on the thumbnail for those of you that can see the thumbnail. Gruesome Newsome decided to go out and he's lying about American military troops being on the streets of D.C. He's lying about what's happening in the state of Texas. So he's all the way in California, and he's more concerned about what's happening in Texas than he is the constituents that are under him in the state of California. It's like me being the governor of Maine or me being the governor of Florida, and I see what's happening in California, and I decide to do stuff in Florida. Like if it was Ron DeSantis, he decided to do stuff in Florida because he see what Gruesome Newsome is doing. When Ron DeSantis and every other governor should be really paying attention to what's happening in their neck of the woods. Don't they have people in California that need help? So what he's attempting to do, because here in the state of Texas, these cowardly Democrats decided to run from a fight, the cowards that they are, they decided to run from a fight just to get the same results, right? They're going to get the same results. So the redistricting that took place in the Senate is now going over to the House, the way I understand it. And once it goes to the House, they're already saying that it's going to pass in the House. See, the Democrats were trying to stop it from passing in the Senate because they know very well that it was going to go to the House and pass there, and Governor Abbott's going to sign it. So they figured that they need to stop it dead in its tracks. They need to get out in front of what was taking place in Texas to stop it. So Gruesome Newsome and some other Democrats decided to take upon themselves to do some redistricting themselves in their state. Now, they've already redistricted California so much, there's no more lines to draw, apparently. But they're going to do it anyways because they don't care. They have to get rid of the Republicans that are there. Governor Hochul says she's looking at doing the same thing. Well, in New York, to my understanding, for their constitution, for her to do it in their constitution, they have to pass it in order to do it. She just can't come out and say, okay, we're going to redraw the lines. So they have to all vote on it and go for it. But it looks like in New York, they can't do it. But then again, I don't know. Rumors has it that they're not going to be able to do it in New York, but Gruesome Newsome and the Democrats, they say they're going to do it there. And the only reason why they're doing it is not because the people need representation, because they want to take away representation in the state of California, the state of Illinois, the state of New York, right? They want to take away representation from the people. Now, there's actually a list. And you know what, Shannon? I should have gotten that list and sent it to you so we can put it up on the screen. But there's a list of states. I mean, this is unbelievable. Maybe I can send this to you, Shannon. And if you have time, I just text it to you. Maybe if you have time, maybe you can some kind of way get up on the screen really quick. I mean, even if you just put it in the app and just put it right here on the screen would be fine, or right here, whatever you decide, if you can do it. This says to those fleeing the Texas Democrats that have said that they're saving democracy in Texas and the United States relative to congressional redistricting. Here are the facts. And this one is MA. I guess that's what is MA? Is that Massachusetts? There's 36% of Republicans in that state. Guess how many Republican seats they have? Zero. Zero representation for Republicans that are in that state. And then you have Connecticut. 42% in Connecticut are Republicans. 42%, almost half. How many representatives do they have? Zero. Zero. And then you have Maine. 46% in Maine. Zero. New Hampshire. 46% there as well. Zero representatives for the Republicans there. And then you have Rhode Island. 42% of the Republicans there. How many seats they have? Zero. Then you have Vermont. 32% Republicans. How many seats? Zero. It goes on and on and on and on. And then, of course, in California, according to this, 38% of the population there are Republicans. So 38%, that's still a big chunk, 38%. They only have 9 out of 52. So now the Democrats are talking about taking all 9 away. And see, the Democrats, they see what's happening in the state of Texas because it's going to give the Republicans a leg up. Now, I'm not sure how this is even the case when all these other states made sure that no one in those states have representation at all. Oh, yeah, there it is. Look at that. Thank you so much, Shannon. Well, I mean, you got mad skills because you ain't black. Look at this. Look at this. Y'all see this? How crazy is that? How crazy is that?
So this is showing that the amount of Republicans there are.
In each state.
Like you said, Connecticut, 42% of them are Republican and they have 0 seats. And it goes on and on, you're right. And even in the states like California, 40% of the population is Republican, only 9 seats out of 52 represent Republicans. So you're right. They've already gerrymandered these seats.
Illinois. That is Illinois, right? 44% are Republicans and they only have 3 seats?
Yep.
Out of 17?
You can absolutely see what a struggle Republicans have had having seats in Congress. And the Democrats, they want you to believe that these aren't the numbers that exist, that somehow Republicans are stealing seats. They've been doing this for a very long time. There's literally states where there's 0 representation for Republicans.
0.
It's sickening.
0
and they're upset about 5 seats, Will. 5 seats, they're upset.
5 seats. Because they know it's going to give the Republicans the supermajority in the House.
And they know it's a Republican state. So that will help them.
Well, the thing is, the Democrats have been really working hard, tirelessly, to try to overturn Texas and make Texas a blue state. They want Texas and they want Florida. You know what? They want it all. They want to turn the entire country into a communist nation. This is the Democrats. 100% want to turn it into a communist nation. There's actually a video, Shannon, I don't even have it queued up, but there's actually a video of Hakeem Joffrey being asked a question about the Democrat Party becoming a socialist party, basically a communist party. And he completely deflects. President Trump, he's the problem. He's just showing, but that wasn't the question. That wasn't even the question.
I mean, I want to ask you, does this not look like a power grab by Democrats to you? I mean, they are drenched in power hungriness. They are so angry right now that Trump is taking away their money. Now he's taking away, I wouldn't even say he's taking away seats. He's trying to make the seats more fair. He's trying to make sure that people are safe. and they cannot stand it
No,
because they
can't.
want people to feel threatened. They want them to feel like they have the power is in the government. They won't say that. They'll say that that's what the Republicans want, but it's not true. They want people to feel like you depend on them, that you need them, that the only way you're going to get a fair shake here in the world is if the Democrats give it to you. Right?
No,
and the way they're going to give it to you,
Shannon, that is 100%.
Is through benefits of some kind.
Yeah, you get nothing unless we give it to you.
Or whatever.
You get nothing unless we give it to you. Okay, let me remind everybody, we do have the phone line open. If you want to give me a call, we do have the phone line. I know it's been a minute since I've had the phone line open. And so I would like to hear from you. What do you think about all of this? Do you think that the Democrats are, maybe you think that they're not communists and you disagree with me? By all means, give me a call. By all means, give me a call.
Or what about all this stuff coming out about, it's already stuff we knew, but the stuff about Adam Schiff, Hillary Clinton,
Oh, yeah.
Comey.
About that too.
I mean, what do you guys think about all this?
Yeah,
we haven't had the opportunity to get your take on it.
I would like to, I would like to hear the liberals. You know what some of the liberals say, Shannon? That all the information about Hillary Clinton and her corruption, you know what they say about it?
It's old news.
It's old news. It's old news. Like, it doesn't matter. That's old news. You're still talking about that. Basically saying that it's like this. Hillary Clinton, she robbed the bank and got away with several $1 million. And then then all of a sudden the video footage of her walking in, no mask or nothing on, right? Her walking in, her holding up the bank, her robbing the bank, and then her leaving, just walked out, strolled out, getting the vehicle, Bill Clinton's driving away. Then we got all the footage now. We got the receipts. And the Democrats, but that's old news. That's old news. Like, let it go. Let it go. Like, don't hold her responsible for what she did. And what did she do? The whole Russia hoax. Hillary Clinton, the Democrats, Obama, they all did the Russia hoax. And they say, well, it's old news, Will Johnson. Why are you still talking about that? Because they committed a crime. And if they're not held responsible, it only means that they will do it again. That's all that it means. They will do it again. 100%. 100%. Okay, we're going to go straight to your phone calls, but let me play one clip for you. Let me play one clip for you because I see we got phone calls coming in. Let me play one clip for you. With Gavin Newsome crying like the baby that he is because they know they're not going to be able to stop Trump. So this is them trying to stop Trump because they need to get in Democrats for the simple reason, for the only purpose of impeaching President Trump. That's the only reason why the Democrats are fighting so hard. They got to get him in. They got to get it in there so they can impeach him. But listen.
And right outside, at this exact moment, are dozens and dozens of ICE agents. Donald Trump, you think it's coincidental? Donald Trump and his minions, Tom Homan, tough guy, clearly decided, coincidentally or not, that this was a location to advance ICE arrests. Indiscriminate? Perhaps. We'll find out later.
Okay, let's go to the phone call really quick, and I want to share something else with you about him complaining about that. Do we still have the phone call? Oh, okay, we'll go back to it. All right. So you hear Gavin Newsome there complaining about the federal agents just outside where he is because they bring in some people.
Okay, wait. The phone caller's back.
Okay.
All right. We got Gina on the line.
Hey, Gina.
Hello?
Hello.
Well, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Hey, Gina. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are y'all doing?
So what do you think? What you got?
Okay, so I have 4 things. One is I want to know why people aren't frustrated about the 2,700 Muslim mosques nationwide. Nobody's bringing that up the fact that this is not a good thing. And then Gavin Newsome, I call him Scum.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is just a horrifying person. They haven't even investigated him concerning the fires that he meaningly did with Mayor Bass.
What about the $100 million
orchestrated.
that they pulled in for the fire? And then all of a sudden there's been reports, allegedly, you got to say it that way, that his wife and him have a foundation that receives some of that money. And that's just wild, right?
Yeah. It's horrifying at the fact that he's getting away with all this and there hasn't been a pushed forward investigation. And I know that Pam Bondi is busy. I fully understand it. She's doing an excellent job at the situations at hand that she's dealing with. But Gavin Newsome is a major situation going on here, and so are the mosques and the Muslims taking over with the sleeper cells.
Yep.
Those things need to be brought out to the public more, because these Muslims, the Somalians, look at Minnesota, the Somalian Muslims, they're just now getting busted for 1.5 billion, I believe, in fraudulent funding for housing.
Wow.
And that's Minneapolis, Minnesota. And Omar and Tim Waltz are doing the pay-to-play fraud. They've supposedly gotten caught. Tim Waltz, on top of that, why isn't he still being investigated, or is he, and we don't know about it, concerning the two murders?
You know what? That's what a lot of people are really upset about, because these Democrats commit all of these crimes. They do all this corruption, and we know about it, and nothing ever happens to them. And then when something comes up about it again, the Democrats just go, oh, that's just old news. What are you talking about? Like, let it go.
Exactly. And then the only thing that they have to come back on us, which is another thing of horse manure, is J6. That was a complete setup.
Yeah.
Leave it alone. You know, you're beating a dead horse now.
Yep.
You know, there were 500 to 600 FBI agents that were planted there.
Well, they like beating dead horses. What are you talking about? I mean, they beat the dead horse about,
Russia.
Yeah, I mean, Russia. They're sticking to it. Even though stuff is coming out saying, listen, it was a total setup, that it was all manufactured, they're still beating that dead horse. They're still beating the dead horse about 34 counts, which we all know was misdemeanors that were turned into felonies because the prosecutor hated Trump and the AG hated Trump. I mean, we know these things, but you know what? They don't care. They're like, oh, we're going to beat this dictator. That's beating a dead horse. Trump's an authoritarian, beating a dead horse. You know why they do it, Gina?
Exactly.
Because they ain't got nothing else. They're losing.
They don't have any other ammo except everything is Trump. Everything is Trump. So as long as they keep doing that, we're going to win. That's the facts. We're going to win because they're being foolish and they're not going to change.
Yep.
And they're getting worse with this Madani crap in New York.
Oh, Madani, that communist. Oh my goodness, yes.
If he even comes in New York, if he even becomes mayor, that's going to cause a little ruckus in its own.
But you know what? If he becomes mayor in New York, it's the Democrats are going to lose even more, because people are going to say that the Democrats are adopting full-on communism.
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't it weird though that they think that will be a win? They'll think that's a win. But there's been many strategists on the Democrat side that says that could lose in the midterm if they actually go down that route and support him.
Yep. 100%. Well, hey, Gina, thank you so much. Go ahead really quick.
Is the true percentage. I want to know the true percentage now of how many people actually support that party, because we never get the actual percentage.
Well,
I believe in my heart it's maybe 19%.
It's extremely low. There's been so many reports and poll numbers coming out about the support that the Democrat Party has. And to my understanding, they're at an all-time low. So
excellent.
Well, hey, Gina,
thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for the call. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thanks, Gina.
Y'all too.
God bless.
Take care. All right, let me play this one of Gruesome Newsome complaining. And this is so beautiful because somebody, and whoever this person is, should get what's the highest award, a medal that the president can give someone? Somebody sent Gavin Newsome, a Trump 2028 hat. And they're so triggered. They're like, oh my goodness, he's going to try to be president forever. Liberals are so stupid.
Yeah, even with that
so
one
stupid.
president, Trump was in the gift shop and he was like, here's a 2028 hat. He's like, oh, I can't run again, but they like that hat.
They're so triggered. The Democrats are so triggered.
They're so stupid.
Yeah, they really are. Listen to him complain.
Well, I think it's pretty sick and pathetic. And it just said everything you need to know, the setting that we're under. That they chose the time, manner, and place to send their district director outside right when we're about to have this press conference. Said everything you know about Donald Trump's America. And that was top down. You know that for a fact. They'll deny it, I'm sure. Maybe they won't deny it. Said everything you know about the authoritarian tendencies of the President of the United States. I said in a moment ago, wake up, America. Wake up. You will not have a country if he rigs this election. You will have a president who will be running for a third term. Mark my word. I wasn't exaggerating when I said that I received in the mail a Trump 2028 hat from one of his biggest supporters. These guys are not screwing around.
This dude is so stupid. I mean, so stupid. No rational thinking. I'm telling you, he's gonna try to run for president again, 2028. One of his top supporters sent me a hat, 2028, Trump 2028. He's so stupid. What did you do with the hat? What'd you do with the hat? I mean, really? What'd you do with the hat?
The rules do not apply to him. The most corrupt president in history.
You hear this?
Doesn't believe in free enterprise.
Wow.
Crony capitalism. He is wrecking this country, wrecking the economy. He's a lawless president. Wake up, America. Wake up to what's going on.
I mean, the level of propaganda.
I think it's...
Go split screen it one more time really quick. Because I want everyone to look. He looked directly at the camera. Yeah, look at him. I mean, are y'all buying the propaganda?
I think it's rich that he talks about, corruption and Trump is an authoritarian. Let's talk to Gavin Newsome about the organization that he created that got money from the fires?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I mean, they've said that he created after the fires.
It was his wife that created.
Part of the $100 million, and they don't know where it went to, what it was for.
How much
right?
His wife's
Let's talk about
got.
corruption, right. Yeah. Gavin Newsome. Where'd all the money go for the high-speed rail system? There's been no accountability for it. None. And the accountability for gas money that they've gotten, that's one thing that we talked about when we were in California, was they were taking in all this money, but there was no accountability for it. They had no ledger saying exactly where all that money was going.
To what you were just saying. When we first moved to California some years ago, that there was a gas tax that was applied. They said it was 25 cents gas tax at the time. Well, while I was there, they were doing another gas tax. And the question came up, when you did the gas tax, when you increased it like 25 cents, I think the second time was 50 cents. They were asked a question. So this is 25 cents for every gallon. Okay, every gallon, not 25 cents for your whole bill. But for every gallon, they tacked on 25 cents to it. Then they were asked the question, well, what happened to all the money that came in for that? Because people are driving up and down the freeway in California using gas vehicles. What happened to all the money? You know what the response was? We don't know.
Literally.
They straight up said, we don't know.
Literally.
What do you mean you don't know? So then they want to do another 50 cents gas tax. And of course, the way they word it on the ballots, people, if you say no to it, you're actually saying yes, put gas tax on there.
Yep.
The way they word it, people are being manipulated, and there should be a law. It should be against the law to do that.
It should.
It should be straight up against the law to do that. But they figured out that people don't pay attention.
Nope.
And they said, because who in their right mind would say, Oh, yeah, let's put a 50 cents gas tax on here. Let's do it. Let's do it. No one would do that.
Yeah, people don't read, though, either. And
no
they
one
know
would
it.
do that. So and you feel uncomfortable saying yes to that question. And the way they word it is unbelievable. But anyways, so then they put the 50 cents gas tax on there. And since we have left California, they've done it again. And they were asked the question again. Well, what happened to the 75 cents? 75 cents, people, for per gallon. And then they were adding on more. Well, what happened to the money from the last 2 times? We don't know. It's talking about level of corruption. Talk about the level of corruption. Okay, let me share another one with you. The phone line is still open, everybody. Phone line is still open. You can see the number right there for everyone who's listening in, 319-527-3453. 319-527-3453. Give me a call. I don't bite too hard. I like to hear from someone to disagree with me. I know there's got to at least be one person on here that leans left that disagree with everything that I'm saying. Well, here's another one that I want to share with y'all. And I haven't seen this one actually, Shannon.
This is just showing the small crowd that Gavin Newsome was actually talking to.
Oh, the paid people that they brought in.
Yeah, it's a very small crowd. I mean, yeah, you're probably right. It's probably paid. Definitely hand selected.
Yeah, it's.
And then, of course, the media.
There's more media.
There's more media almost than there are people there.
Oh, my goodness.
And those are all the people just standing behind him. So he literally was just talking to the
and
media.
This lady right here by the flag, I don't even know why they have an American flag there, to be honest with you. They should go ahead and put the Trans-Tifa flag or BLM flag there. But she's over there directing them, I guess, squeeze in or spread out a little bit so it looked like more people are there. Spread out. Instead of squeeze in, spread out. Well, Gavin Newsome was complaining that ICE was just outside arresting people while they're inside talking about redistricting in the state of California. They're mad about it. They're piping mad about it. Well, let me show you what was taking place just outside where Newsome was at. And they're mad. Oh, Trump knows what he was doing.
Border Patrol agents are making arrests, illegal immigrants that I don't know if they were at this press conference, if they were in the area, but this is a very, as John put it when we first saw this video, a very in-your-face way to let, Democrats know that you are going to do your job, that you're going to carry out these Trump policies. Can you just respond to this video that we're watching right now?
Yeah, every single one of our ICE and Border Patrol operations is built on information, on investigative work. It's a case and an operation that has been planned because of who they think could be in that area. And
you know what? I don't care if they knew that Newsome was having a press conference talking about redistricting and they showed up. Now, the radical lunatic liberals, they would go, oh my goodness, President Trump didn't have to send them there during that time. And you know why they're upset about it? Because it's taking more attention from their radical leftist communist agenda.
And you know what?
It's taking attention away from them.
You know what? It wouldn't even hurt my feelings if that was totally staged. Because it quite possibly could be staged.
That's my point.
And you know what? The chief director of the patrol, he was like laughing almost. I think it's so, you know why it's so funny? Because they're so easily triggered, right? I mean, just like the hat, Trump knows he's not running for a third term. He doesn't even want to, right? He's even saying
he's going to be done.
He's tired. He is tired,
yeah.
And he's going to be even more tired. I mean, look at what he's done just in the 200 days he's been there. We still have quite a bit to go. God bless him. God bless him. He didn't want to run again. But these Democrats, they want the people to feel threatened. But literally. The people outside, they're probably cheering.
Yeah, but at the same time, Trump is having a field day.
Oh, he's having a field day. For sure,
he's
yeah.
He's having the time of his life. President Trump is high on life.
He knows what he wants to accomplish it, and he's going to accomplish it in these 4 years.
At this point, Trump knows he has nothing to lose, but we all do. And he's trying to keep our country for us. And these Democrats, they're fighting against him. Now, here's the young man that Shannon was just talking about. And he's kind of like, almost laughing because the guy that's talking to him, the reporter, and he says, did you know if you had anything to say to Gruesome Newsome, because he's right here, he doesn't say Gruesome Newsome, Gavin Newsome, he's just like 100 feet away, 100 yards away. Do you have anything? He said, I don't know where Newsome is. And he kind of smiled a little bit. I like this man. I like this young man.
What happened? We're here making Los Angeles a safer place. Since we won't have politicians that'll do that, we do that ourselves. So that's what we're here today, as you can see. Already making it a safer place. We're glad to be here, not going anywhere.
And the governor's inside right there.
I don't know where he's at.
He's about 100 feet behind us. Do you have any comment from him or anything?
Again,
any message?
We're making Los Angeles and California a safer place. We're going to continue to do that, and they can take that one to the bank and cash it.
And you know what? Ultimately, that's what it comes down to. The Democrats don't want safety in America. They really don't. I mean, just the fact that these Democrats are fighting and protesting against President Trump for wanting to stop crime. What do y'all think about that? Anybody want to call me about that one? What do y'all think about DC, the Democrats, not just in DC, but across the country, actually calling for protests against President Trump because he's stopping crime? Instead of, now this will be the perfect opportunity for them to go, okay, I can get with him stopping crime. I don't like him, but he's at least stopping the crime. They can't even do that. They're saying that he's being authoritarian by stopping the crime. He's racist for stopping the crime. Because according to the left, black people, this is the way a source of their income, criminal activity. So how dare you do it? And the thing I've noticed is that it's been a lot of white liberals. It's been primarily white liberals that are doing the protesting. You don't see any black people. The black people are like, yeah, no, we want safety and security. We want safety and security in our cities.
Well, a lot of them are paid protesters. I mean, let's be honest. There's literally an article right now on Fox News. You could go look it up by this guy that sends out paid protesters. People come to him and say, I need protesters here. I need protesters here. Right now, they need protesters in Washington, D.C. It's a high dollar paid protest because of the location. But he even said a lot of these protests are not genuine, organic protests. Of course they're not. We know that. But the Democrats once again have weaponized, if you want to say, weaponized the First Amendment by sending out really protesters that really aren't there for their free speech. They're paid to be there.
Yeah.
It's pathetic. It's not genuine. It's not what it used to be.
No. I've been to DC multiple times, and I've talked about it every single time that I've gone in the past. No matter the day, no matter the time, you can always hear sirens going off somewhere because of some violent crime taking place. Something taking place, some violent crime somewhere. Did you know that the Democrats have been fudging the numbers in DC? They've been fudging the numbers to the point to where trying to have people believe that there is no crime. There's no crime. Like DC is one of the best cities in America because they have such a low crime rate. Well, the people that live in DC say otherwise because they've been experiencing otherwise. They've actually got caught fudging the numbers. They've got caught fudging the numbers. Now, personally, I think the people that was fudging the numbers should probably go to jail. I mean, really, we have people in official capacity fudging numbers just to make them look good and allow the criminal activity to go on. That's criminal in itself, if you ask me. So 319-527-3453. Tell me what you think. Listen to Scott Jennings as he's relaying some of this information.
And well, if you watched any cable news over the last several days, you no doubt heard an anchor or another anchor or another anchor or another pundit or another commentator, one after the other, claiming that Washington, D.C.'s crime stats are at a 30-year low, all in their quest to discredit President Trump's move to bolster the police in our nation's capital.
Let me stop it right there really quick, because before he gets to this next part, I want you to hear this nut job. I want y'all to listen to what Eric Swalwell is saying about DC. Then I'm going to go back to Scott Jennings. And then I want you to listen to the truth, because Eric Swalwell, just like a good Democrat, he lies for the propaganda.
Federal troops and federal law enforcement are coming to a federalized Washington, D.C. The stated reason? Crime is on the rise. Well, I don't know if that's true, but I know there are way more criminals in Washington, D.C. today than there were back in early January. And there's a direct line between a 34-count convicted felon coming to a Northwest neighborhood, having other cases that disappear that he should have been held accountable for, bringing his 7 bankruptcies and his network of other convicts and thieves and thugs into our community. Yes,
you hear this?
There are more criminals in Washington, D.C. Most of them are in the Trump administration.
You hear this? Most of them are in the Trump administration. Well, let's go back to Scott Jennings now. Let's go back to Scott Jennings. Listen to what Scott Jennings is saying.
Reporter Elena Goodman. Police leaders repeatedly told officers to downgrade theft cases, knife attacks, and violent assaults to the stats were fake. Now,
are you hearing this? I know, I'm sorry, I'm skipping. Let me go back and make sure y'all get all the full contents of this. Listen to what he's saying, because he's talking about the corruption.
Claiming that Washington, D.C.'s crime stats are at a 30-year low, all in their quest to discredit President Trump's move to bolster the police in our nation's capital. Well, it turns out, and most thinking people knew this already, the stats were fake. Now we have the receipts. The news site Washington Free Beacon, which I cannot recommend highly enough, dropped a blockbuster story this morning proving that the Washington Police Department intentionally falsified the crime statistics. According to internal records and communications reviewed by reporter Elena Goodman, police leaders repeatedly told officers to downgrade theft cases, knife attacks, and violent assaults to lesser offenses. See how that works? A whistleblower in the department filed a lawsuit and described the scheme this way. She was instructed to downgrade a number of felonies to misdemeanors so that there would be fewer felonies in the statistics.
How do you do that? How do you do that? And then they've been getting away with it. They've been actually getting away with that nonsense.
And they're not the only ones doing it.
Fudging the numbers. I mean, you know, that's not the only thing that he fudged numbers on, right? We don't have to get into the other details of other things. But this is not the only thing that they fudge numbers on. The fact that they have a high homicide rate, and then they're like, change it from 290, change it to 56, and then claim that the homicide rate is coming down. Because the numbers that they're fudging are coming down, Shannon. Right? The numbers.
Yeah.
Coming down because they're fudging the numbers.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Unless it's job numbers, then you fudge them up. Right? I mean, Joe Biden fudges. I mean, that's what they do. And then they go, trust the numbers. You need to trust them.
Yeah.
Right? Like they're organic. They're not organic numbers. They're manipulated numbers. Once again, they want people to not believe what they see, what they feel, what their experience. They're like, let us tell you what's true. Not you tell us what you're experiencing. We don't want to hear about it. We just want you to know our truth, what we want you to feel, what we want you to be experiencing, so you will put us back in power.
Yep.
I mean, I'm so tired of these people. And you know what, though? I don't think I'm the only one. I think that even genuinely, there are Democrats that are looking at all this nonsense going, come on, what are you doing? There are Californians, in talking about Gavin Newsome and his redistricting meeting, there was one Republican that came out and he was like, listen, Gavin Newsome is talking about these maps that they haven't even been in session in California. They've been off. And all of a sudden, Gavin Newsom has these new maps with new redistricting This wasn't created by the House in California. This was created by Gavin Newsome, the authoritarian that wants to tell them how they're going to redistrict.
Gavin Newsome.
Right. These people are, it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
The manipulation that happens by the Democrat Party.
Well, let me say this. Remember Pam Bondi, right? You remember her? You remember Pam Bondi?
I mean,
there's a lot of people upset with Pam Bondi still. And, I was just sitting there saying the other day that I haven't seen her on Fox News in a while. And here she is back on Fox News. She shows back up on Fox News. And they're talking about different things that they're doing, possible things that's coming. And now they're talking about the DC police because this is something that's actively going on. But she's been in this position, Attorney General, for 7 months now. And not a single arrest, not even low-hanging fruit. And people are getting highly frustrated. Just do one. And the problem is that if she doesn't do any of them, they're going to do it again. And maybe that's the plan, to allow them to do it again, is to continue doing it, because as long as you are a Democrat, you can do all the wicked corruption in the world and nothing will happen. Absolutely nothing. It is perfectly fine. They actually encourage it, seems like. It's like they actually encourage it. Well, listen to her here.
DC will not remain a sanctuary city actively shielding criminal aliens. Will not happen. Under Donald Trump's directive, DC will become safe again, and it will become clean again. And I think what's happening is it's a combination of an extremely divisive city council. You have liberal judges, you have no cash bail, as you said, you have juveniles running rampant over this city, and you have a Metro Police Department. They want to do their jobs. And we have been out there for the last few nights with all of our federal agencies, Sean. They have been working so hard, working together. We've made 156 arrests. 27 firearms have been seized. Child pornographic material has been seized. Over 200 fentanyl pills taken off the street. A homicide suspect with a firearm. And we are going to protect D.C. and make it safe again. But, I think the most impactful thing that's happened, despite what we've seen with these crazy protesters out there, citizens are coming out of their homes and they're going up to these law enforcement officers and they're thanking them for keeping them safe and making the streets safe again. An elderly woman walks up to law enforcement and thanks them so she can go to the market again. So they are seeing the impact of what our law enforcement officers are doing under Donald Trump's directive, and they're going to continue to do it. We're going to work hand in hand with state, federal, local officers, and we're going to make DC safe again.
I wish, she's happy, and I get it because, people are thanking them. I get it. And she's happy. This is something to be excited about. But I want the rest of the country to be excited about Obama in handcuffs. I want her to come out and be happy they put Hillary Clinton in handcuffs, James Comey, Clapper, the whole Russia collusion delusion. What they put the country through, the American people are demanding it. And I'm just, you know what, Shannon? If we had a reverse of Pam Bondi and Judge Jeanine, I think it would have happened already. And maybe Pam Bondi's scared to do it because, and this could be it too. Maybe she's just getting all the duck in the row. In the back of my mind, I keep giving her just a little bit benefit of the doubt. In the back of my mind, I'm just being full transparent here. I think I'm just giving her the benefit of the doubt here. I'm trying. I really am. But it's really hard because they haven't arrested any of these criminals as of yet. And the Democrats are completely okay with the criminal activity as long as it's Democrats doing it. They're perfectly fine. And then they lie and say that, President Trump is committing crimes. Or they say the Republicans in Texas are committing crimes because of the redistricting that's taking place. They'll say that's happening. Because, they're committing crimes. They're trying to take away the votes. They're trying to silent people in the state of Texas. And of course, they say they're trying to silence black and brown people as if white people don't live in these districts. There's no white people apparently living in these districts, according to the radical left. According to them, there's none at all. Which is kind of weird. I'm not sure how that happens. We know that's not the case. And it's the Democrats that don't want people to have representation. It's the Democrats. Let me say thank you really quick to Filter Dog for the gold pills. You are amazing. And Filter Dog says, Gavin Newsome. He didn't say gruesome part, I did. He says, Gavin is only showing how weak he is and should never even be a candidate. You're 100% correct. He is weak. All of them are. They're cowards. They run from a fight like the cowards that they are. And Ed, thank you so much for the Rumble rant, right? Thank you for the Rumble rant. He says, I believe it was Chuck Schumer who said that he goes out and walks and says there's no problem with crime. Yeah, it is. You're 100% correct. It was Chuck Schumer. It was 100% Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer lies like a rug. I don't think, and you know what the thing is? Maybe he does go out in the morning and walk. But I guarantee that Chuck Schumer don't go anywhere without a security detail. Guaranteed. He has a security detail. Because of, the bad MAGA Republicans, they might try to get him. Not a single one of them want to have anything to do with him. Not a single one of them would try to even touch him. Don't want to get close to that stench. So if he does walk out there, he has a security detail with him and he doesn't see anything. They keep it all away from him. And he doesn't want to see the crime happening. Doesn't want to see the crime happening. Hey, let me say thank you really quick too, to some wonderful people that has actually been supporting me. And yesterday, people supporting me, sending me super chats and even PayPal, people sending me blessings that way. I've been asking people if you would go to givesandgo.com/studio. Help me out with some of the studio equipment that I have. Some of it is 10 years old, and I'm just trying to update a little equipment here. If you go to givesandgo.com/studio, you see I'm not asking for the world. I'm really not. Some people ask for $3,000 and $4,000 and $5,000. What I'm asking for help with is less than $1,000, just to do some minor upgrades, which would be major for me. So I want to say thank you to Tina for blessing me on Gifts and Go, and Ann for blessing me. And I think it's the same Ann, Shannon. Is it the same Ann? It looks like it is. Ann, you are amazing. And I want to say thank you to those that are watching on Facebook, those who are allowed to watch on Facebook. I want to say thank you so much for your participation there. Thank you so much for the blessings there. I greatly appreciate it. And thank you so much for the super chats, because the particular channel this is my channel for those of you that are watching. This is my channel, but they allow stars for this one, but they won't allow me to do stars on my Will Johnson page, which I don't understand. Nancy, thank you so much for the stars as well. Nancy and Ann have been blessing me with stars on my Facebook page, which I'm currently on live right now if you're watching. I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much. If there's anybody else that is not showing it to me, yep, I see Ann and I saw Nancy, because it actually puts a star next to your name when you do it, which is cool. All right, everybody, thank you so much. Have a blessed weekend. And don't forget, go to uniteamericafirst.com. You can support me there as well. uniteamericafirst.com/donate. I greatly appreciate all of you. God's people. I'm asking God people to help me, because I know the demonic demons, they're not going to. They want to silence me because they don't like the way I look, because the way I look should reflect something else other than the way I think. It is what it is. God bless everybody.